So, Mr. Haig Hamilton, thank you for having us out today. We came out to see a 4-row Grimme, but we've been spoiled and we've got to see two 4-row Grimmes working. Tell us what's going on here today and give us an insight into your operation.
So we're in East Lothian, North Berwick, which is, North Berwick is 20 miles east of Edinburgh, right basically on the coast. As you can see, if just out there's the sea. So lovely part of Scotland, and yeah, not far to go to the pubs if you want to go into Edinburgh. So basically, the 4-row Grimme Platinum 470 behind us is 3 years old, and the one thing which has always been missing from the Grimme is a picking off facility. So we've been asking Grimme for quite a few years that it would be a fantastic idea if they could launch a new potato harvester with a picking off facility to take stones, etc. out. We currently are growing 600 acres of potatoes. We start lifting middle to the end of July, and hopefully we'll be finished next week. So, you know, we're lifting to order and obviously putting into store as well.
So the machine behind us, this is your own machine. It has just about 3 seasons done now.
That's correct.
The other machine here is a demo from Grimme. Yes. Adam is here from Grimme and he's hoping you're going to buy either that machine or a very similar brand new machine. Well, how do you feel about that?
I always like to see what a salesperson's thoughts are, but I can assure you we'll not be changing the machine this year, but we would like to see it working up against ours and look at it for the future.
Yeah, so you won't be ringing the bank manager today anyway?
No, I don't think he'll answer my call.
So how long have you been running Grimme machines?
Roughly 2004 or 5. We got a GT 170 with twin multi-set. I think we were the very first people to get one with a twin multi-set in Scotland, and basically my love for Grimme and the twin multi-set just evolved from there. It's been out for a while, but it does the job and it works on our land. We then went from one GT 170 to 2 trailed harvesters, and I think it was 2012 we were having a very wet summer, and I got a phone call from quite a few farmers who were very worried about us making a mess with trailed machines and trailers, and I spoke to Grimme regarding a Tektron. They could not get us a Tektron 415 it was until middle of October. So we asked Grimme what their thoughts were of going down the route of buying a European spec one from Holland, which was a 4-row but narrower rows than ours, and converting it to a 3-row. So we went down that route, and that harvester worked very well. It lifted 800 acres of our own potatoes that year, and I think 400 or 500 acres of other people's potatoes, because that machine could go absolutely anywhere. As I say, we bought that and then sold it that year to a customer up north who was really struggling with their harvester, and we bought a new Tektron 415. Kept it for 3 or 4 years and thought of going down the route of 4-row, and asked Grimme what their thoughts were of changing our harvester from a 3-row to a 4-row, and they gave me budget prices, and I said I would rather invest money in a new harvester, and that's when we went down the route of this. So I actually went down to Swineshead to look at a second-hand 470 and looked at the price, what they're asking for it, asked what the availability was of a brand new one, and we did a deal that day, and we've never really looked back. So yeah, and as I said, our only gripe was a picking off facility. If they could look into that, and I think quite a few other growers have been asking that as well, and Today they've got the 470 out in the field, which has got the picking off facility, which I'm looking forward to having a look at.
So we've been in Scotland a few days. Potato growing is massive here, bigger than I ever thought. But we have seen quite a few brands apart from Grimme. What makes you stick with Grimme?
Grimme, in my eyes, it's the research and development which they've done in all their machines, technology, etc. But overall, it is their service backup is next to none. I think they've got a fantastic product and they can back it up 100%.
So your business then, who else is involved in the business with you?
So there's my mother and father, they're both in their mid to late 70s, and I've got two younger brothers. They run a waste and recycling company called Hamilton Waste and Recycling, and we're all equal partners in the waste and recycling and in the farm, but basically I run the farm and keep my father informed with what we're doing. And mother and father and three sons, we have a very good relationship, and we are where we are today because we get on so well, and I think it's very important that you do get on.
So it's very much a family business.
It is very much a family business just now, yes.
On the tractor side of things then, is it all John Deere's?
We currently have 7 of our own John Deere tractors, but we've got 3 boys and self-employed drivers with different makes of tractors to help us out, because at this time of year we go from 7 full-time staff up to roughly 14 staff. So just to keep everything rolling, because trying to lift potatoes and sow wheat at the same time, it needs a lot of staff and tractors.
Yeah, so you mentioned wheat there. Would you grow much wheat?
Yeah, we currently are growing just over 1,000 acres of our own wheat. But in all, Haig Hamilton Sons, between what we own, contract farming and contract work, we are farming just under 4,000 acres. So yeah, it's enough to keep us busy. So
this block of land we're on today, is this your own land or is it contract farmed? Is it rented?
So this is contract farmed. This is our 22nd harvest here. So Lucy Miller is the owner of the farm, and yeah, she was as happy as Larry when she's seen this other potato harvester coming up the road and thinking that it's going to be a very busy place. So, and obviously looking forward to getting as much dug as possible today. So yes.
So 22 years here, you obviously have a very good relationship with your contract customers.
Yeah, I mean, this is my longest standing contract farming arrangement, and the rest of them are varying between 5 years and slightly more than that. So no, I've got a good relationship. I take pride in everything I do. I like to have up-to-date machinery, and everything is on an app on my phone, what the tractors are performing, how they're doing and everything. So yeah, no, and I've got a good team of staff, very good team of staff, and to be fair, without them the job would not be as easy as what it is.
Is potatoes your only root crop?
Yes, yes it is. So I mean, at Haig Hamilton Sons we've made a massive investment in the last 4 to 5 years, buying a 470 Platinum. This one's, as you said, it's on its 3rd year, but we've put 2 big potato stores up, a new grading line, new potato boxes. So yeah, so basically I eat, sleep potatoes.
And from where your yard is based, how far of a radius would you work from there with your contract farming or even renting of land?
So basically this farm here is 3 to 4 miles away from the home base, but we're probably 15 miles radius. So yeah, I mean the longest return journey for a tractor and trailer is just under 2 hours from when he leaves the farm to go to the field, gets loaded, back and emptied and away again. So yeah, it's a fair journey. So at that time we have six tractors and trailers carting 10 boxes each.
Would you ever be using trucks?
We have, but when you've got trucks you need to have 2 or 3 forklifts in the field, and it's all very weather dependent as well, because obviously if you get wet conditions you can't get lorries into fields and it makes it very difficult. So to be fair, it's just as easy putting the empty boxes onto the tractor and trailer, going to the field, getting loaded, and then straight back to the yard and getting emptied. I find that easier.
Yeah. Moving back to the arable then, is wheat the only crop you grow, or do you have more in the rotation?
So we grow oilseed rape, winter barley, wheat and potatoes, and sometimes a wee bit of spring barley, but not very much, to be fair. So the winter barley is all for feeding, and the wheat is grown for feeding, and if we get a biscuit, get it, you know, the premium, the quality right, it'll go for biscuit, but basically for feeding.
Would you ever have people then that wouldn't want you growing potatoes on their ground, saying that it takes too much out of the ground or anything like that?
We have in the past, when, you know, before we went down the self-propelled route and had trailers with flotation tyres, you know, we had super singles and we were making a bit of a mess. So one or two farmers weren't very happy, and they said, look, we need to go down the route of flotation tyres on all the trailers, and also go down the self-propelled, and you're spreading the weight, and we seem to be getting on very well.
As soon as you're finished harvesting your potatoes then, are you looking to get straight in and plant winter crops?
Basically, if we finish this, lifting this field tomorrow, there'll be a plough in the following day just to try and get it sown. So this is the last field of wheat of my own to get sown, and then that'll be all the cereals sown, and we've probably, if the weather stays right, Monday, Tuesday next week. So before we started in this field, we had 100 acres of potatoes to do. So yeah, 5 days, 4 or 5 days work, and then I think all the staff will be due a well-earned break, to be fair.
And yourself, maybe a round of golf?
Well, yeah, or two.
And one last thing, trailers.
Yes.
Are you running just the one trailer, or the one manufacturer of trailer?
Basically, I own all the trailers I own are Bailey trailers, and I hire in one Stewart trailer. So yeah, so I've got a very good relationship with Michael Bailey. So yeah.
So Haig, thanks very much for having us out today.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you out here. As I say, anytime, you know, take you to my home farm and you can see that as well. So no,